And we're back, guys. I'm your host, Good Energy. Welcome to Tennis After Dark. We're going to take a look at the U.S. Open first round. And stay tuned for the next video. We are going to take a look at Coco Gauff's path to the championship. But first, let's start things off with the seeded players. Number one, of course, the number one ranked player in the world, Aryna Sabalenka, hits hard. 11,000 points, right? That's her lead. Currently, just about 4 more thousand points in Iga Swiatek. Now, Iga's the number two seed. Someone actually asked me, I want to say a week and a half ago, if Iga Swiatek, no, last week, if Iga would be the number two or three seed. And it looks like, yeah, the U.S. Open starting on a Sunday for the first time in the Open era. That's right, the U.S. Open starting on a weekend. They're throwing me off balance here. It's going to be 15 days, that's right, of tennis. Again, the longest ever, the first weekend ever in the Open era. And it's throwing me off balance. I've always been used to the U.S. Open being on a Monday. I have a charity event tomorrow, so I can't be in New York. I'm going to try to get to New York later in the week, but this whole schedule is just, I don't like it. I don't like the mixed doubles exhibition. Like that is, I think it's depriving players that rely on those paychecks. And I mean, look, let's just be honest. The big difference between the singles players, the elite single players, and your average doubles player is serve. Any of these top tier male or female seeds, they're going to have a huge serving advantage over these mediocre double players. So just keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the two-way play and the short balls, the defending the net, and once the ball's in play, it's it depends. But when we talk about power, the elite players are going to have a serving edge over the average doubles player, and they're going to have a huge power edge with striking the forehand, backhand, etc. I do think that the elite doubles players and even some of the mediocre doubles players do have an advantage when the ball gets closer towards the net. But overall, when it comes to power, shot making ability, maybe strategy, you can give the average doubles player the edge there because they actually game plan for that kind of stuff. Where the elite singles players like Alcaraz and Sinner, those guys aren't. They're not. They're focused on singles. So but overall, I do think it's a disadvantage when you're putting these elite singles players in these mixed doubles competitions, taking away opportunities for those that rely on it. But nonetheless, I don't like that format. I don't like the U.S. Open starting on a Sunday, throwing me off balance. I have a charity event. I can't even be in New York. I had a prior obligation, but nonetheless, Sabalenka, the number one seed. So yes, Iga will be number two, 7,900 points. Coco is literally like 59 points behind Iga. She's a three seed. So here's what can happen. If Sabalenka is bounced out of here early, first or second round, if Iga wins this thing, she'll be the number one seed again. If Coco wins it and Sabalenka's bounced out early, Coco can be the number one seed in the world. So there's a lot at stake here. Now, once we get to the fourth seed, Pegula and down, the fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh, those seeds can all change in terms of the world ranking. But the 1, 2, and 3, we're going to be watching very closely because we could have a new number one if Sabalenka doesn't win this thing and she's bounced out early. So Pegula's the fourth seed, Mary Andreeva's the fifth seed, Maddie Patty's the sixth seed. The seventh seed is Jasmine Paolini. That's right, guys. The eighth seed, Amanda Anisimova. The ninth seed, Elena Rybakina. The 10th seed, Emma Navarro. The 11th seed, Karolina Mukova. The 12th seed, Elena Svitolina. The 13th seed, coming from Mexico, Ekaterina Alexandrova. Towson's the 14th seed. The 15th seed is Dasha. The 16th seed, Belinda Bencic. 17th seed is Ludmila. Beatrice is having a rough year, but she still's got 1,900 points. She's the 18th seed. The 19th seed, Elisa Mertens. The 20th seed, Diana Snyder. Why don't they just flip-flop those? I don't understand because, not only does Diana have the higher ranking, she just beat her, but they can do whatever they want. Remember that year Serena was, she came back and from the baby, and she was seated. She shouldn't have been seated, and that player threw a fit. And once she made it to like what, the fourth round and got those huge checks, she said, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it anymore." Linda Noskova is the 21st seed. Victoria Mboku is the 22nd seed. The 23rd seed, Osaka. That's interesting, right, guys? They're right behind each other. Veronika Kudermetova, the 24th seed. Elena Ostapenko is the 25th seed. The 26th seed is big game Sofia Kenin. The 27th seed is Marta Kashuk. The 28th seed is Magdalena Freck. The 29th seed is Anna Kalinskaya. The 30th seed, Diana Yastremska. The 31st seed is Long Hair Don't Care. And the 32nd seed is McCartney Kessler. Now, when it comes to Coco winning this tournament, Coco can literally beat any of those players. So you have to never count Coco out, okay, Coco haters? Let's start with the first round draw. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to take a look at Coco's path to victory. Sorry I'm getting this out to you late, guys. Again, I have a charity event I've been planning and just so busy. All right, so Sabalenka versus Rebecca Masarova. Rebecca's going to challenge Sabalenka. She's got a big, strong serve. She's got a forehand once the ball's in play. Yes, Sabalenka, she's had some close matches with Rebecca, but she owns the head-to-head. I'm not going to count Rebecca out as a spoiler alert. There is going to be a huge one in this first round. Stay tuned. I think Rebecca can challenge Sabalenka here, but I will pick Sabalenka to advance. Nuria Diaz taking on Polina Kudermetova. This is going to be a good match. Now, Nuria Diaz, primarily a clay player. Her hard record isn't that great. Polina's, I don't know, I don't want to say she had her time to shine, but this is, Veronica's younger sister. She's coached by her father. She's got to get back to the drop shot. She will have the athletic edge. I think she'll have the short ball edge if she can get Nuria just to move around. Nuria's a Spanish player. She has range. She has a good top spin. She's a good shot maker, but she is getting up there in age. And I think if Paulina hangs in there, I think she can upset Nuria. And I'm going to go with Kudermetova to upset Nuria Diaz here. Elsa Giacomo, the French woman, taking on Mary Boo. Mary Boo, tough suspended match. I felt if the match wasn't suspended, she might have had a chance against Ekaterina there. I'm going to take Mary Boo to get past Elsa. But Elsa, if Elsa serves well, if she stretches the court with her forehand, Mary Boo's going to take her time to wait for Elsa to make mistakes and construct the point. If Elsa can play fast and aggressive, and if she can get her winner to error differential in her favor, I think she can upset Mary Boo. But I'm going to take Mary Boo to win this match. I think her patience is going to come through here. Rebecca Marino taking on Leylah Fernandez, the battle of the Canadians. Rebecca's going to have a nice serve. Her forehand's still pretty good, but Leylah's going to keep everything in front of her, and I think Leylah's going to make Rebecca work. I like Leylah to defeat Rebecca Marino. Elisa Mertens taking on An. I like Mertens to get that win there. Lulu Sun Fu taking on Camila Osorio. Camilla's going to extend the rally. She's going to stretch the court. Lulu Sun wants to step inside, go down the line with her left. I'm going to take Lulu to upset Camila Osorio, and the difference maker, I think, is going to be Lulu's power. I like Lulu as the underdog. Buxa taking on Claire Liu. Claire Liu, look, she's in. Congratulations. I'm going to take her to upset Christina Buxa. I think Claire Liu, she plays her best tennis inside the court. I'm not sure what happened to her. I mean, Buxa, though, hasn't looked good lately. I think it's towards the end of the season where she's just, I don't want to say she's checked out, but she hasn't looked good. I'm going to take Claire Liu to upset Buxa. Excuse me. Alexandra Ayala taking on Clara Tauson. Both of these ladies, their stamina isn't great. The exception is Ayala. She's her first year on the main tour. She's still adjusting. But Tausson's going to have a huge power edge here. But I think Alexandra Ayala is going to have the crowd backing her. She has a good drop shot. Tauson might be too strong here. But I don't want to count out Alexandra. I think she can beat Tauson. I really do. I think she can beat Tauson. But I'm going to go with the veteran here. I guess we can call Tauson a veteran now. I'm going to go with Tauson and her serve to back up Alexandra and get the win. I like Tauson and seeded player to defeat Alexandra. Elena Rybakina taking on Julieta Pereira. Julieta's in here. This is the opportunity for her to get some game checks, save her money, and get stable as he transitions to, I guess, I don't know. I mean, she's what, 16, maybe 17 now? She was on my top team prospects list. Probably one of the few on the list who hasn't really had that big breakout win yet on the main tour. This could be it. But no, Julieta doesn't have the power. She has a lot of top spin. Her first clay tournament this year, she did very, very well. Maybe in a few years, but I'm going to take Elena Rybakina to win this match. Bronzetti taking on Valentova. Valentova looked good. She looks good. But I think Bronzetti, she's playing good tennis, and I'm happy for Bronzetti. I like Bronzetti to advance. Raducanu taking on Shibihara. Shibihara's a good doubles player, but she's not going to have anything that's going to frustrate Emma. Emma, watching her game, she's improved dramatically. She looks good. She's becoming the player I knew she would. I felt Layla has blossomed a little bit earlier than Emma after that U.S. Open match. And, I mean, look, she had a great junior career. Let's not forget that. And, I mean, so did Emma, but well, Layla had a much better junior career, but I feel that Emma's gonna win this match pretty comfortably, and I think Emma's gonna have a great run here in New York. Chen versus Kunamatova. Veronica's playing too well. I like Veronica to win that match. McCartney Kessler taking on Magda Linette. I'm gonna go with Linette on the upset here, even though Kessler's gonna have the crowd backing her. I think Kessler, I mean, she came out hot last year and, she had a lot of big upsets. But now there's a lot more game film on her. Coaches are adjusting to her game. And her fault, she hasn't been serving well. I think Lynette gets the upset here. Salikmatova and Vondrosova. This could be an upset, to be honest with you, but I think Veronica, she plays her best tennis in these big matches. She's a slam girl. She shows up in the big moments. I'll take Marketa to win with her left down the line, her drop shots, her short balls. Sasnovich taking on Ava Jovic. It's going to be a match here. Now, here's the thing with Ava Jovic that concerns me. She can't get her serves and play consistently. You're going to get a lot of looks on the second serve. But she's got a low ball. She's got a Linda Noskova ball. She beat Linda Noskova last week. She's got a very low ball that's tough to return. That gets her a lot of points. Sasnovich she's had a horrible year, and I just felt I told you guys what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Said Sasnovich, she's starting to do a lot of stuff off court. I know she's older, right? But I said I think she's taking her focus off of tennis, and her game is going to drop because we saw the previous 3 to 4 years ago when she was putting so much time, focus, and energy into tennis because she wanted to break through and get back inside the top 100. She did that, but as I started to see, I'm like, yeah, she's taking her focus off of tennis, and she's going to drop. And it certainly did. It happened. This is a tricky match here because I think Sass has just not looked good at all. But Jovic makes so many mistakes, though. But the crowd's going to be backing Jovic big time in this spot. But I'm going to go with Sasnovich on the upset here. I'm going to take Sasnovich to defeat Ava Jovic. Upset. Destiny Ayala taking on Jasmine Paolini. Now, Ayala is very good. She's from Australia. She's got a good game. She's very explosive, very powerful. Of course, they put Destiny versus Paolini in the first round. Someone's got to be eliminated here. I don't like some of these pairings. I haven't liked a lot of them, to be honest with you, with a lot of these, especially when it comes to the slams. I'm not going to say that Destiny can beat Jasmine, but I think she can beat Jasmine in this spot. Right? She's warmed up to the courts, and she's not going to go away. I think this is kind of an upset alert, to be honest with you. I do think Destiny can beat Jasmine. But Jasmine's got to show what she's made of. She's got to show the growth and why, like she said, she had a confidence issue just feeling that she belonged here. You know, Jasmine said playing a lot of the top players in the past, she's always felt that she didn't belong on the court with them. She's got to show Destiny that she doesn't belong on the court with her. Not that she doesn't, but just from a confidence level. So we'll take Jasmine to win, but I think Destiny, ooh, that's going to be a tough match, though. Pegula and Mayor Sharif. Now, Sharif is here after Badosa pulled out. A couple of ladies pulled out. And a lot of people have said that Mayor Sharif is a gift for any first round seeded player. Kind of disrespectful, right? But I don't think Sharif is going to frustrate Pegula because Mayer has the type of game that's patient. She wants to construct the point. She wants to take her time. She's not too aggressive with winners and attacking. And that's going to play into Jessica's hands, who's mentally tough. Like she said, I'm just tough, right? She's mentally patient. So I think Pegula defeats Mayer Sharif. Yulia Stardup-Seva and Blinkova. Hey, Ukraine Russia is going to be a good match here. I'm going to take Yulia Stardup-Seva on the upset. I think Yulia's one-handed slice. I just think she's just in better shape. Blinkova, like I said, she's a world-class tennis player when she's in form. You never know which Blinkova shows up. It's as simple as that, you know. I think Yulia on the upset here. Victoria Azarenka and Inoue. Listen, look at this draw. The draw's getting older, and we're getting the newer, younger players coming in. This is why I tell you, Coco can win the U.S. Open. She can win any slam here. Look at the draw. I mean, this draw doesn't really strike you as just any player that Coco should fear. You know, I mean, of all the players in the draw, I mean, to be honest with you, I think Iga has good value. I think Iga has really good value. But other than that, I mean, I don't know who's a real threat to Coco. I think Vika wins. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova taking on Diana Yastremka. I'm going to take Diana to get the win here. I think she's just been playing the better tennis. Anastasia lost her last match. She shouldn't have. I think Yastremka gets the upset. Ludmila taking on Yuyan. Yuyan's going to come to ball. She's going to put a lot of pressure on Ludmila. The problem here is I think Ludmila just has a better deep ball. I think she's got a better deep game. Yuyan's going to come forward, though, and look for a lot of passing shots. She uses her athletic ability and tries to speed Ludmila up and prevent her from getting comfortable camped out on the baseline. I think Yuyan could upset Ludmila, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'll take Ludmila, the seeded player, to win. Leola Janjan taking on Priscilla Han. Going to be a good match. Leola, she's been coming on good lately, but I'm going to take Priscilla Han to win. I think Priscilla Han, Leola's going to have a power advantage here, but Priscilla Han, I think, is going to be a better, more consistent player. I think she's going to make less mistakes, especially when it comes to serving. I'll take Priscilla Han on the upset. And Lee taking on Shramkova. And Lee's in good shape. I'm going to take her to defeat Shramkova. Good opportunity to win Cleveland, but like I said, I told you, like a week out, I take Serrano to win it, and she did. Zhang Shui taking on Bencic. Yeah, I don't see how Bencic loses this, even though I think Bencic isn't playing her best tennis. I think she beats Zhang Shui. Emma Navarro and Yafan Wang. I think Yafan can do something here, but I think the crowd's just going to be too tough. I could see Yafan just folding. She's used to be pretty disciplined. She's starting to get a little frustrated lately. That's not going to play well with the American crowd, especially. I mean, but let's keep in mind this is not going to be an Arthur. It might be on. No, it's not going to be an Arthur Ashe. Maybe they might put Emma on Louis Armstrong, maybe in the stadium court, but huge with Chinatown there down the street, huge population that's going to show up to the sport to support Wong. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Emma Navarro wins. Jill Teichmann, Kat McNally. Teichmann's going to have to play very fast and aggressive. The problem is, I mean, Teichmann should beat McNally. She should. But the problem is McNally, look, she's played the mixed doubles. She's won championship, literally like a month ago. She's playing a lot of tennis, and I just think she's got the better form. I'll take McNally to defeat Teichmann. Uchijima taking on Ogla. Gonna be a good match. I'm gonna take Olga. Remember, guys, Alicia Parks, record serve at the U.S. Open, came against Olga Danlovic. I'm gonna take her to defeat Yuchijima. I think Yuchijima is the better shot maker, but I think Olga has a lot more power that can stretch the court. When you have that kind of power, it's gonna be tough for Yuchijima to play those 10, 15 shot rallies. She's gonna be on the back foot. I'll take Olga to win. Barbara Krejcikova taking on Victoria Mboku. Here we go, guys. This is it. Chance to defeat another slam champion. That'd be what, 5 in a row. I think she gets the job done. I'm taking her. Now Victoria, to me, she's a sleeper to win this tournament. I think of all the players that we know that can win it, the Cocos, the Igas, the Sabalenkas, Victoria is in that mix. She has to be because she plays so fast and aggressive. She's so strong. She's mentally tough. She's athletic. The problem with Barbora is this. I don't think she's in her best form. She does have the veteran IQ, the mentality to redirect, to absorb that pace, to make. Look, Barbora is so. She's so tricky. She's such a veteran. She's got what it takes to really frustrate players. And if she does that to Victoria, she should win. But I'm going to take Victoria to win because I just think Victoria is going to be too fast and explosive for Barbora. Like that Mira matchup with Barbora. That's just been a nightmare for Barbora. I think Victoria is going to do the same here. I'll take Victoria over Barbora. Ostapenko taking on Wong. I'm going to take Ostapenko to win that matchup. Townsend and Ruzek. Ruzek's playing good, but Townsend, if she plays with her motor on 10, she's going to be too fast and too good, especially coming forward. Linzu and Potapova. Going to be a good match here, guys. It's a good match. I think this is a tough one here because I think Potapova, she wants to play fast, aggressive. She wants to get to the backhand. Forehand for forehand, I think Linzu is going to have the advantage. I think overall Linzu is a better shot maker. If these rallies go over 6, 7 shots, I think Linzu is going to have the upper hand. But I'm going to take Potapova to just be too fast and aggressive for Linzu. Parks and Mira Andreeva. Here we go, guys. Alicia Parks. Now, all right, let's talk about Alicia Parks. Now, the match against Diana Snyder the other day, yesterday, I felt AP came into that match giving Diana a little bit too much respect. Now, and yeah, rightfully so. I mean, Diana's had a very good tour run the last couple years. She's winning titles. She's 4 for 4 in championships. What, make that 5 for 5 now? So she hasn't lost a championship in like her last 5. I want to say 5. I could be mistaken. I think it's 5. Maybe it's 4. But I feel that she gave Diana a little bit too much respect, meaning she didn't play what got her there. She didn't play the game that got her there. Look at the match against, Shramkova the previous night. Very fast and explosive. Emma Navarro, keeping the pressure, keeping her opponents on the back foot. When Alicia Parks is going to be the most athletic player on the court 9 times out of 10. She's going to be the most explosive. That Mexican crowd was cheering for her. They wanted her to win against Diana. They were very excited for her when she did anything good. Alicia Parks combined that fast and aggressive play with her amazing serve. She has the ability to just put opponents on the back foot and keep them pressured all night and frustrated. Shramkova, Rebecca was just so frustrated. She couldn't find a rhythm against Parks. I felt Parks played a very slow pace against Diana that gave her rhythm. And Diana had a tough match the previous night against Elisa Mertens. Yes, it's elevation, but what I mean by that, I felt Parks was taking a little bit too much time on her serve, and so was Diana. But here's the thing, Diana was doing it because she was winded. She was trying to catch her breath. Parks wasn't winded. She was in shape. She looked good. She was never sweating hard or breathing hard. I felt she might have been a little too excited or just happy with making the semifinal. I felt she played a patient match, which is not a bad thing. But I felt she had to play the style that got her there. Fast and explosive, Keep your opponent on the back foot. Be aggressive in that match. Now, yes, Diana only had 7 unforced errors, literally like 4 times less than Parks. But I felt Parks' errors came from playing Diana's game, letting her set up her shots. I felt if Parks would have been a little bit more aggressive, she wouldn't have had that many unforced errors for one, but she would have had a lot more winners. I just felt Parks needed to really play fast and explosive because she had several highlights against Diana where Diana couldn't keep up with her. And I'm like, Parks, you gotta play on a 10 here. I just felt Parks might have played on a 6 or a 7, playing very patient and what seemed like was discipline. But I don't think that's going to work against Diana. I think maybe some of the older players, like the previous night against Rebecca, she could have afforded to play fast, slow down a little bit. With Diana, I felt she played into her hand, just trying to exchange toe to toe and patient in these rallies. I felt she needed to step up, go down the line a little bit more. And I'm gonna take Parks to defeat Mira Andreeva here. I think only if she plays fast and aggressive, Mira's gonna get frustrated. We see the scouting report on Mira. You have to get her frustrated. You have to play fast and aggressive. Like Lois Bossian, very fast and aggressive. Keep her on the back foot. Parks over Mira. Only if she plays that way, though. She's got to play fast. I like Keys over Renata. It's going to be a tough match, but Renata doesn't have the firepower to hang there with Keys, and she's still wrapped up on the knee. Keys got to stretch the court and make her work. She should win. Petra Kvitova taking on Diane Perry. Look, Petra's calling it quits here, and her and Garcia, we have a couple farewells here, and Petra feels she's too old. She feels she doesn't have it anymore. Garcia feels she doesn't have it anymore either. I beg to differ. I disagree. Petra before the baby was still very competitive. Garcia last year and a half, she's been competitive when she needed to be. I just think, I think it's more to it, but it's they feel it's their time to go. So we'll respect that. Especially Petra, she's a mother now, and I know Garcia's married. She wants to have a family now, so congratulations to both of them in their next journey. I'm gonna take Petra to defeat Diane Perry. I think she's gonna play very hard, hit these low balls because I say it all the time. Diane Perry serve long wind up motion. We talk about Coco, but Diane's got a very long delay that puts her on the back foot. If Petra comes out gunning low with her low balls in that 6'1" frame, I think she beats Diane Perry. Katie volley nets. I'm so tired of seeing her have to qualify for these events. She should have enough to get past some nets, but this is going to be a firecracker. This is going to be a main event that I want to see. It's not a main event, but I would consider it. Two amazing shot makers. You got Samnez from Turkey, Katie, who's been on my American prospects list for a while now. She's got a breakthrough. I feel she's starting to decline. I don't like that because you got the Ava Jovics of the world, the Julieta Barreas coming up, and Lee having another resurgence. Volynets has got to get it together, but I think she gets past Samnez, but it's going to be a tricky match. Samnez is no joke. Bolter and Kostyuk in the first round. Are you kidding me? Rematch of what? San Diego last year? I was just watching that match the other day. I was watching my videos on that. Very classic. Oof. I'm going to take Marta to get revenge. I like Marta over Bolter. Bolter just hasn't looked good. Lina Noskova over Dalma Gauff. I like Noskova to defeat Galma. Francesca, Ava Liz. Francesca gets too tired. I'm going to take Ava Liz to defeat Francesca Jones. Sorana Cirstea and Solana Sierra. I don't see Solana defeating Sorana. Now, this is the time where you get a hangover. Coming off of a championship, got to get settled into New York. It's just a lot of tennis last week. You wake up sore from a tough match. This is where upsets happen, but I'm not going to take Solana because she can't get her serves in play. I don't see how Solana's going to defeat Sorana, and I don't want to say that because it will happen because Sorana's tired or something. But I think Sorana beats Solana. Sorana wins. Venus Williams and Mukova is just a tough match. Yes, Venus Williams is in the draw, ladies and gentlemen. We're thinking this is going to be her last match. And I think it's time. I love Venus. I respect Venus. But I think it's time. I mean, I think it's time. If you're not going to play a full season, I think it's time. If you're not even going to play a half season, I think it's time. She hasn't been healthy, but can she beat anyone in a main draw? I mean, she beat Peyton Stearns, you know, you know, but I don't know if she can defeat Mokova. I don't think she can. I don't know. Now, if Venus played a full season, I think she could work her way inside the top 100 if she played a full season, right? I'm gonna take Mukova to defeat Venus. Venus, we love you, but I think it's time. But it's her world; she can do whatever she wants. My opinion doesn't matter. I think at minimum, if she wants to play, I think she should play doubles. I think she should play doubles and mixed doubles. I think that would be a treat for fans, right? She's got an amazing doubles career, the most decorated tennis player when it comes to, the all around picture in the open era. Gold medals, mixed doubles, doubles, singles, titles. Very impressive career. 23 Grand Slams for Venus. But I think if she wants to continue to play, I think she should play doubles. I think that would be pretty cool. And I think she could do fine playing doubles. Dasha and Ruse. I'm going to take Dasha to win that match, even though I never like picking Dasha because she's just not a good server. You talk about Coco, but Dasha puts herself in so many uncomfortable situations with her serving. I would love to see Gabby win. I think Gabby can win. I think Gabby should win. But I'll go with Dasha. Rakimova and Garcia. I'm going to take Garcia to defeat Camila Rakimova. It's going to be a tough match, though. Haley, and by the way, Garcia, amazing career. We're going to love you. Always, whatever you do for your next career, but we're going to miss you as well. Haley Baptiste over Katerina Siniakova. I'm going to take Haley to defeat Katerina. I think Haley's variety is going to be too much for Katerina, who just wants the baseline. Katerina does have a good two-way play, but I think Haley's a little bit more explosive. I like Haley over Katerina. Greet Minin over Osaka. Minen's good shot maker, but she's not gonna have the power to go toe to toe with Osaka. I like Osaka to defeat Minen. I'm gonna take Freck to defeat Gibson, even though Talia Gibson, one of my team prospects, good player, but I think Freck wins that match. Semistaja taking on Stearns. I like Stearns to win that match. Vekic and Buzis Monero. This is going to be a good match. I'm going to take Jessica Buzis Monero to upset Vekic. Yeah, I'm going to take Jessica on the upset there. Why? I think she's going to have a little bit more speed to force Donna into a lot more mistakes on the backhand. Isla and Coco, here we go. It's going to be a tough match. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to look at Coco Gauff's path to the title. This is a tricky match because I know Isla. Isla's mentally tough. She's strong. She's improved her serve. And she'll get broken, but she'll break back. But she's going to hold. And she's going to force service games and sets to go over. There's going to be a lot of deuces. It's going to be grueling. And I think this is a tricky first round match, but I think it's a good test. And looking at Coco's draw, I don't see anyone but Iga in her way, to be honest with you. I don't see anyone that can really threaten inform Coco. Coco's number one in the UTR. And listen, guys, she gets past Isla. We'll talk Coco later. Amanda Anisimova, Kimberly Burrell. I'm going to take Amanda to defeat Kimberly Burrell. Burrell's a good shot maker. I think she can upset Amanda. I think she can beat Amanda. But I think the crowd's going to be key here. Amanda gets the win here. But I'm not confident in that. I think Kimberly Burrell can beat Amanda. Victoria Jimenez, Maya Joint. Victoria hasn't really exploded like a Maya Joint, another one of my team prospects in previous years. But I think Maya Joint is playing so good tennis. She defeats Victoria. Danny Mel and Jacqueline, two very comparable styles here. Jacqueline's not going to give up. She's not going to quit. She's not going to be intimidated either. But as much as I talk about Danielle's movement, Jacqueline's movement's not any better. So I think Danielle's power would be the difference maker. Collins wins. Kruger over Sophia Kenin. Tough match. I think Kenin's got enough to get past Kruger, who's been struggling again. Another of my American prospects, but struggling. Beecher Sadat and Cartel. I'm going to take Cartel to upset Beatrice Haddad. She hasn't looked good, and Cartel is a really tricky player. Bossian is in the draw, guys. That's right. They complain about Wimbledon, but she's got her updates from those points. Uh, oof, tough match with Victoria. I'm going to go with Louise to defeat Bossian. I'm going to go with Louise to defeat Golobic, even though it's not clay. I think she's I think she's a little bit more mobile, and I think Victoria's one-handed backhand's gonna get her in trouble with the movement of Lewis. I think Lois defeats Golobic. The Greek goddess and Tatiana Maria. I'm gonna go with Maria to upset Maria. I don't know. Figure it out. Anna Bondar and Svitolina. I like Svitolina to win that match. That should be a pretty easy match for Svitolina. But I'm going to go with Maria Sakkari to defeat Maria, Tatiana Maria. But remember what Sakkari said. Again, these matchmakers are tricky. Sakkari said what I said and been saying for a long time. Tatiana Maria is very tricky and very tough to play against. She's tactical. Maria said exactly what I said after she barely beat her last time. And I think she'll beat her this time, but who knows with Maria? Yeah, Maria. Uh, I'll take Ekaterina over Sevastova. I'll take Wong over Dolahide and Zakirova and Elena Evanesian. I'm going to take Elena Evanesian to win that match. I'm going to take Diana Snyder over Laura Sigmund. Straightforward. Claire Nagolyu, look, she's coming up, but sorry, Anna Kalinskaya, tough matchup. I'll take Kalinskaya to win that match. I'm going to take Yulia Putintseva to defeat Elizabeth. Elizabeth looked horrible last time out. How did she lose that match in Mexico? And then we're going to take Susan Lemons over Glozman. And we're going to take Iga Swiatek over Emiliana Arango. That is the complete first round, ladies and gentlemen. All 64 matches. Enjoy. Stay tuned. Coco